Hello, and welcome to Two Phat Lads. The third episode is here. With me, Jamie.
And me, Sam.
Where we'll be talking about my vegan adventure.
And how the world of vegan has affected pretty much everyone on the planet. Dude, why do you sound so, seductive?
Sexual.
Sounds very seductive, man.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Okay, let's start again. Okay, so Jamie, would you like to kick things off? What made you, decide to be vegan?
Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I always knew it was about. Didn't really think much of it until I think it was one of my brother's mates said he went on some exploration of the world.
Oh, okay.
And he was sad about the sort of things that he's seen and that when he come back, it was time for change. And as I got talking to him more at, I don't know if it was a party or something, but I was talking to him about it. And then, that was it. I was straight in that rabbit hole.
So how long was you doing veganism for? Well, the world of vegan is for a year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a whole year. Opened my eyes to some new experiences, some new food, new restaurants.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, as I said before in the pilot episode, that it's a bit of a struggle when you're the only one eating vegan food and everyone else is eating meat and stuff like that, because it kind of puts you in a bit of an awkward place when you go out for meals and that.
So you become the fussy eater sort of thing, so to speak.
Yeah, that's how it comes across. Sometimes, especially, I don't know, it's probably worse, obviously, before I done it, but certain restaurants don't even have vegan options. There's a lot of vegetarian options, but vegan options, there wasn't a great deal. So you kind of have to start making your own stuff, really. It was only sort of, I got to the later end of the year and there was companies like this, and I think it's called like Veg and Squeak or something, but like they started making other stuff, and obviously Corn was vegetarian, I think, and they started doing some good vegan stuff. Like me and my fiance used to have roasts, but it would be with a corn joint.
Okay.
That's like another roasting joint that you can have instead of a pork thing or a joint of beef, which was, well, I thought it was quite nice, to be honest. Could have quite easily swapped that out for instead of chicken or something like that.
Yeah, because there's quite a lot of vegan options now. There's a load of different upcoming brands and new brands, or even like existing brands expanding into the world of vegan.
Yeah. I think since other companies and that, then the bigger dogs are making their way into it. Stuff like Heinz vegan mayo and stuff like that. Hellmann's have seen the people are making the change, I think.
Yeah, they're just seeing what's out there, and then obviously they can make more revenue as well as giving existing and new customers more options, isn't it? So they could just be like, oh, we've also got this and the vegan option as well.
Yeah, I think if the mainstream customers more of a chance to try these things, and they might even swap or change over, even if it is the little things, at least it's a change into not using animal products and stuff like that, which is the main reason why people do go vegan. Sorry.
Yeah, because like to touch back on like all the different brands and products and what have you, because I can only consume like halal meat, chicken, and all that stuff. Since veganism, that's a word, isn't it? Nice. Yeah. It is a word. Yeah. I had to look it up after the pilot episode, and it's like, oh yeah, it is a word. But to go back to what I was just saying a moment ago, now that there's a lot more options available to myself, like I can consume vegan rated food and what have you. So when I'm going to like the local Tesco's and looking at the frozen food section for like the vegans, there's loads. There's like sausages, there's burgers, there's even like mincemeat, like corn. Corn is a huge one. Their range is crazy. They've got like this I think it's like cocktail sausages. Like it's all like the corn stuff.
Yeah.
But me personally, I have to bang that with some sauce, because I can taste the plant inside of it. And I'm like, oh, I know what the real deal tastes like, because obviously you get like halal sausages and what have you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're biting into that. I'm like, oh yeah, nah, it needs some sauce. But my missus, on the other hand, she gobbles them up.
Let's keep this PG, Sam.
Oh dear. We're going that route already.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting when you don't tell someone that something's vegan and they just eat it. Like there was one of my mates was gobbling down some vegan sausage rolls that I just put on the table and was like, oh, there you go, you can have them if you want. And he was like, oh, these are all nice. And it was only until after I said that it was vegan that he was a bit like, oh, what the fuck?
So he was a bit like bewildered. How could you do this to me, Jamie?
Yeah, but
you fed me plant sausages.
That's sometimes what I feel like you need to do, because if you don't give it to them, or if you give it to them and say this is vegan, already in their head they're gone. Like it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be enjoyable. Where if you just give it to them,
eat my sausage.
Yeah, if you just trick them with your sausage, then they just eat it and then they enjoy it, and then you can tell them, because if you do it the other way around, then they just say no from the get go.
No, exactly. They hear the word vegan and like, oh no, I don't want to eat it, without even giving it a try.
Yeah.
And it's like what I was saying in the pilot episode about when I was doing a filming job up in Yorkshire, and the vegan burger they had there was absolutely amazing.
Yes, you definitely. Well, for me anyway, I'll definitely be trying other options than that when I go out. Even like different veg or pulses and grains and stuff. It's you just try all these different things. Like when we went to we went out with my mum and dad for a dinner, and I think it was just like some local pub, and they had some like I don't know if it was couscous or bulgur wheat or something like that, and it was amazing. But there's no way on earth I would have ordered that if I wasn't trying to eat vegan food for that year. Otherwise, I don't know, it would have been fish and chips or a pie or something like that. So it was it opened my eyes in many ways really to other options and stuff like that.
Yeah. It makes it better. Like, say if you're in a large group of people and everyone's dietary is completely different to what you're having. You know, you can now afford to go out in a large group of people. You finished up going to the movies or what have you, then, like you said, go to the pub or a restaurant. Everyone can get something that they want to eat, rather than being like, oh no, the vegetarian option, I'll just have a spring roll, please. Yeah,
I can imagine if you was vegan or like vegetarian like a few, I don't know, maybe like 10 years back or whatever, 11, whatever, it was probably, I don't know, maybe looked down upon, like you was a wrong one basically, because you're not eating what everyone else is eating.
Yeah.
Where I feel like now it's more, I don't know if accepted is the word, but it's definitely more, there's more options about it. You don't feel so sort of left out, or like you don't feel like you can't go out because you can't eat, or you've got to eat before you go out because you can't get any options while you're out. Better now, and there's more options about now.
Yeah, there's a lot now. Like, it's really good, the amount of options that are there. It just helps everyone. I mean, some people, they might be allergic to like poultry and meat and what have you, or even people that are on a pescatarian diet. I mean, that's like, they can only have fish, isn't it?
Oh, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so even they can try it and be like, oh, okay, I'm not really eating anything. I'm just consuming a plant-based burger or what have you. So even for them, you know, gives them a chance to explore.
Yeah, it definitely felt like when I was working in the retail store we worked in, when I was on lunches or whatever, you definitely felt out of place. You'll be like having your vegan, I think I used to have Thai green curries and stuff. Everyone was like, oh, what are you eating? But if I just had a Thai green curry, they wouldn't have bat an eyelid at it.
No, exactly.
But the fact that I said, oh, it's, I don't know, jackfruit or whatever, seitan, sort of meat replacement, everyone was like, oh, what is that? Why are you eating that? Just because they don't know about it, they haven't done any research on it. They're just, because it's not chicken, that's it. They don't want to know.
No, exactly.
But you kind of get looked down on that. You're trying to combat the animal cruelty side of things.
Yeah, no, they'll either say it's like a fad, or are you trying to lose weight?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. But yeah, even thinking about it, like even all like ready meals and stuff you can get vegan versions of now. I know my brother's mate, the one that I spoke about to you before, he used to get stuff from work and that for people to try, and it was all quite good stuff. Like I don't think I had anything bad from there. There was a couple of ones I was like, oh, I'm not really keen on them, but again, that was another way in for me to try different types of food, which was quite interesting.
Would you say it's mostly to do with, if you can educate the people about what it is you're actually consuming, do you think that they'll actually be more willing to try it? Because it'll be more so about, like you were just saying, they'll probably just see it as, whoa, why are you having that? Is it a fad, or are you trying to lose weight? If you were to educate them about what it is that you're consuming as a vegan, they'd probably be more willing to give it a try, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just people being oblivious or not. As in, if you go into a supermarket, you'll see a chicken breast, but you don't see a dead chicken or pictures of what's happened.
Yeah.
So you don't put two and two together and think, where's that come from? You just think, oh, I'm going to get some chicken. I'm not going to get too deep about this, but like that's sort of more how I was getting into it. Was I don't know, maybe going a bit too deep. I don't know.
No, it's all good. Go for it, man. Go for it.
You would start watching documentaries and that on how the sort of trade works and industry works, and then you start thinking, oh my God, like this is horrific.
Bit bloody, bit messy.
Yeah. Where when you talk to some people about why you've done it or why you're doing it, I suppose even if you did like Veganuary, where you go vegan for January.
That's the thing. I've never heard of that.
A bit like
Veganuary.
What's the one where you don't drink?
Is it Dry January?
Dry January, yeah. It's a bit like that. Like
after Christmas.
You do it for a month, but I'm sure in that month of you doing it, you'd probably look a bit more into it, and you'll find out, well, some probably not very nice things, but it definitely opens your eyes to what goes on when you start properly looking into it.
Did you find that you experienced any like body changes throughout that whole year that you was a vegan? Because I know you looked thinner when you were doing the whole vegan thing for a year. Did you find that you had any other changes, even like psychological changes? I don't know, say if you was having different mood swings or noticed any changes about yourself?
Not that I remember. Do you think I probably felt, I don't know, maybe less lethargic?
Okay.
I maybe had a bit more energy, because where you're not just eating meat, obviously a lot of meat-based products come with a lot of cheese, where unless you have vegan cheese, you can't just have cheese.
Yeah, that's like super heavy.
Yeah,
and even meat itself takes about a couple of days for it to like completely get out of your system.
Yeah, and you've got I don't know, with like bacon, that's quite a lot of fat already on it. So you're already taking in stuff that maybe is more unhealthy for you. But I do think that purist of a vegan would say that you shouldn't have to eat these sort of meat replacements like the fake bacon, fake chicken. You should really eat like pure vegetables, pulses, grains, and stuff like that. They're only sort of making these fake bacon, fake chicken to help the people, a bit like me, try and make it a bit more palatable, in the sense of we'll make things that you know and are more sort of convenient for you, because you might already be used to going and having a bacon sandwich on a Saturday. So instead of you just completely getting rid of that bacon sandwich and having, I don't know, some chickpeas, you're more likely to go and have, just to be vegan, to go and eat some vegan bacon rather than just normal bacon. Like, it's quite clever in the sense that that's what they're trying to do, to make people realise or make a change.
Just makes it more accessible.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know there's a vegan butcher in London called Rudy's, I think, that started like being like a butcher basically, to try and not make it seem normal, because I think normal is probably the right word, but if you're used to going to a butcher, then like, you know what I mean, like it makes that change a bit more comfortable than just thinking, oh, I've got to go and eat some carrots and some broccoli, or like a lot of people said, oh, why don't you just go and eat some leaves or some carrots, like like that's kind of what the sort of mick you got taken out of you if you was in that retail store, shall I say.
Oh, blimey. So what is this kitchen called? Rudy's?
I think it's called Rudy's Butchers.
Rudy's
I think
Butchers.
they do have a restaurant as well. I'm not sure. Hold me to that.
That's really interesting.
Mm.
So you can just go in there and get your vegetables and
Well, it's fake meat, so it's like
fake meat. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's all like it's basically like a butcher. So everything they sell in there is vegan, which is again makes it a bit more comfortable change for people rather than going straight into raw products.
This is quite a deep episode. This one, isn't it, Jamie? It's not as
light-hearted
as the last one. Yeah, I was just thinking of that word as well. No, but this is interesting though because I've never known what it's like. Being a vegan and stuff, and for me, it's very interesting just listening to your stories and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely opened my eyes that year. But like I said, it's not that I've just stopped doing it, but there's definitely if an option was there that I've not tried before, or there's something that I liked before, then I would definitely have again. Me and my fiance was cooking. This was after my year.
Okay.
And we was cooking something to do with chicken, and his girlfriend, I was like getting quite scared because she was quite passionate about the veganism.
Oh, okay.
And I was scared that because I don't think she knew that I'd finished this point. Well, not finished. That sounds bad, but stopped doing it so like passionately. And then when they came in, I just stopped. So we were just about to eat, so I just started cleaning up, and then my fiance was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, just cleaning up." And then she was like, "Are you scared?" And I was like, "No, I'm not scared." No, yeah, that was always one memory that sticks out to me over the period.
How could you do this?
Honestly, but we've spoken then after, like since then, and she was like, "What? Like, I don't care," kind of thing. Like, it was good that you done it, kind of thing. Not many people would even bother giving it a try, kind of thing. So
even for a year, that's huge.
Yeah, I never intended it to be a year long. It was just the fact that I was sort of, as it sort of progressed over the months now, I was seeing new things, and I just kind of enjoyed the process, really. So I just carried on with it. But yeah, it was definitely an adventure.
So how was it on your pockets? I know that's another talking point about becoming vegan. Some people might be interested to see how it affects their finances.
Yes, definitely. Again, if you want to buy fake alternatives, then that's when it can start getting quite spenny. But if you just want to make vegan dishes, like I had a book, I think it was called Bosch Recipes.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think my missus got one of them.
Yeah, when I was making recipes from them, it's more just pulses, grains, vegetables, stuff like that. When you want to go down that route, it's cheap, like nowhere near the price of meat. But yes, if you want to buy the fake bacon, or you want to buy the eggs or whatever, like you can buy eggs in a carton and stuff, when you can start going down that road, then it can be quite spenny. But again, if that's the way you got to change, I don't think there's much in it between if you was to buy fake bacon and normal bacon.
Yeah.
But definitely when I was doing it, it was just that little bit more expensive that it was noticeable.
Okay.
I don't know about now. Now it's obviously a lot more people buying that kind of stuff, but
probably be worth having a look how it is nowadays, isn't it? Or even if you guys are listening into the podcast, let us know what it's like, nowadays if you are vegan. We'd be interested to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely.
Not just the financial side of things, but your experience as a whole. Like you were saying earlier, you were the only one being vegan, wasn't it, in your family?
Yeah.
So you must have been like, "Oh, Jamie, come on, man, let's have a bit of sausage." No one's looking.
Yeah, honestly, there's so much peer pressure like that you'll be, I don't know, out or whatever, and someone's like, "Oh, don't be gay, don't do this, like just."
Don't be what?
Just
we're gonna have to cut that out.
Sometimes you just think, "Oh, should I just sack it off and just eat the meat?"
No one's looking. I'll hide.
Yeah, it's just sometimes peer pressure gets too much, I think. But again, it depends on the reason you're doing it. Because some people do it for health benefits, some people do it for ethical benefits. Yeah. So I think it really depends on what you're doing. Like, as in, if I was saying to you, eat this bacon sandwich, and you was like, James is not allowed. And I was like, oh, don't be so fussy, just eat the bacon sandwich.
Anna's not looking, is it?
Yeah, you're not gonna eat that bacon sandwich, are you? So sorry, it all depends on the reason you do it.
That's cool, man. That's like it's probably might be going off topic, but you know the keto diet.
Yeah,
We tried that for 2 weeks, and after that, it's like, oh no,
too much, mate.
yeah, it was just too much. We were just getting hungrier more.
Oh, really?
And then you just sort of realise how much carbs has an impact. That is the diet without carbs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where you just eat protein, basically.
Yeah, and it was just too much, man. Like it was nice having all the sausages and all that stuff at first, but then afterwards,
you realise how much you miss bread.
Yeah. Even just consuming that just to bulk up your portions, and that's what holds you together.
Yeah, that can get quite spenny, that diet, because you're buying 2 lots of sausages to make up for bread and stuff. And
yeah, it's just
sausages
really
are a lot more expensive.
Well, even whilst we were doing it for those 2 weeks, I know they say you've got to do it for a longer length of time to really feel the benefits of it. But even during those 2 weeks, I did feel like, I wasn't as lethargic. That was a big one. So it's just where you're having a mixture of carbs and heavy meats and cheeses. That keeps you super tired, man. I know some of it is down to willpower, but sometimes it's just so heavy. Like I had a kebab today, and but I split it. I didn't end up eating one whole meal to myself. We split it, and it just made a world of a difference. Even though I feel quite heavy, it's not anywhere near as heavy I would have been if I were to have one altogether. I'd be asleep. We wouldn't be filming right now, recording right now. I'll be asleep.
Yeah, I think that's the difference sometimes with, I don't know, if you was on your lunch at work and you used to have like a Burger King or something, you're just not going to want to work after that.
No, I always found that even after, like you said, after lunch, you're just so heavy, you just could not be bothered. And like when we were working in retail, and then if you get like any fussy customers, that's the last thing you want to deal with.
You just want to go to bed.
Yeah, you just sort of ticking down the seconds until you can punch out your card and go home, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the other thing with when you're trying to eat vegan food, and you're like, when we was in the retail store, it's hard to find places to go. I mean, you probably find it hard as well.
That I do.
Trying to find places, but unless I wanted, I don't know, a vegan sausage roll or I don't know, a spicy bean wrap from Tesco's, the options for sort of takeaway stuff wasn't really there. So especially sort of takeaway places like McDonald's or something like veggie dippers, or it'd be some sort of veggie burger that's just like mush, really. It's not enjoyable.
No.
So now like the McPlant and stuff is out. I know, like.
Is that nice? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but is that nice, the McPlant?
I've not had it.
Oh, okay.
But I was having this conversation the other day about, should you really endorse them kind of places if you're vegan, because obviously they're heavy on the meat industry side. So should you really be endorsing someone who's? But the way it was said was, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're in London or whatever, or you're out and about and you're hungry, you're not just going to go and whop a panda down. So you're kind of limited to your options to where you can go, unless you want to go home and cook when you've had a drink or whatever, or it's late. The McPlant will probably be the only option sort of round there.
Yeah. No,
so
that makes sense.
That's the kind of side that's taken in that conversation.
Yeah, you don't want to start eating like heavy amounts of meat at like 1 o'clock in the morning, like some proper fat people shit in it. You're seeing that stuff at that time, man. I know we all get our cravings, but yeah, that stuff, it just keeps you awake even more if you were to consume something heavy at that time, because your body's already trying to digest. It's going through its digestion system whilst we're asleep. But we're not experts. I'm just talking about what I've seen and heard. So if you're dumping that huge amount of calories, carbs, meat at that specific time when you're supposed to be sleeping and digesting all the stuff that you've eaten throughout the day, and then you dump that on it, you're going to have a very restless night, and you're just putting your body through a lot more stress.
Yeah, it's not ideal that time in the morning. The other thing I didn't know was Oreos are vegan.
What? Oreos are vegans? No way.
Apparently, it says on the I think the packet that it may contain milk. I think it is, but that's just because it's made in the same factory as other products.
Okay.
But Oreos themselves, are actually vegan, which I didn't know until doing that. But that's the thing. That's a lot of products have to say they may contain stuff because of it's just made in the same factory. The product itself might not actually be anything in it. But yes, well, I think you have to look at the ingredients to then work that out.
My son loves his Oreos, man. He'll have like 5 or 6 packets and he'll just play with them. Or he just bashes them around. So when you go to opening a fresh packet, it's all crumbled up. Oh my God, it looks like what they put on, McFlurries when they sprinkle the Oreos on. Oreo McFlurries. It's just a huge mess of Oreos and like all the creams everywhere. He kind of goes through a phase where he likes eating the cream and then he just doesn't want it.
He just licks the biscuits.
Yeah, he'll just twist the top off, eat that bit because there's no cream on it, and then toss the other bit away. That's when I come in as the human dustbin.
Human waste, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just eating what he's leaving.
So, talking of Oreos, the McFlurry, what's your thoughts on the McFlurry not being with the plastic spoon anymore, the wooden spoon, and not being flurried?
Oh, do you know what that sounds like to me?
Oh, is it that time?
It sounds like it's
Rant of the Week!
So yes, about those paper spoons. I'm not a big fan of those paper spoons. I do miss the plastic spoons.
Yeah. Although it was meant to go in the machine and get flurried was the word.
Yeah.
But it was never spun up anyway.
That's if you can find a McDonald's that actually has a working flurry machine.
Yeah, this is very true.
Good grief. The one in the one where I live.
Yeah.
That drive-through used to be really, really good. But then I don't know what happened. I think they changed hands of management and it's just god awful.
Yeah.
Like you'll pull up to it and it's already tight as well. So sometimes you can burst your tires on there, man. When you're going through the drive-throughs, and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, we've got McFlurries, but you can only get it if you walk into the store." I ain't doing that, man. I've come through the drive-through.
What difference does that make?
If I wanted to walk into the store, I would have driven, parked up, and then walked my brown ass into it, man. Not on the drive-through. And I'm like, what the heck? And then sometimes I'll get like cheesy bites, and you can tell it's cooked in some old ass oil, man. Oh, it just puts you off, man. But that's ranting about that specific branch. That branch has gone down the drain. I'm not going to bait it up. I'm not going to let you guys know what branch that is, but good grief, man. That's awful. But I have to say, those like paper spoons, I was going to say cardboard spoons.
Yeah, I think it must be paper.
Because they're quite thick, but I have to say, they're a lot better than the paper straws.
Oh, the paper straws.
Oh, they're so crap. They turn to mush if you leave it.
If you're having a milkshake, just go home.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, no. What we try and do is we've got those metal straws that you can get.
Oh yeah.
And some places they still do like plastic straws, but they're like the really thick tube ones. I kind of take them home, clean them, and just keep them in the car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because like you said, when you're having a milkshake and you're trying to suck the life out of it through the paper straws, it's terrible because it just demolishes.
Yeah, there's no point with that one.
No.
What I do enjoy with McFlurry though is I've started when I ever get one now, I get an apple pie and put it into the McFlurry and then smash up the apple pie into the McFlurry. That's my new favourite thing to do.
Oh, I need to try that. I did do the old dipping your chips in the McFlurry. I did do that. That was nice.
Oh, I've seen people do like nuggets in the milkshake and chips in the milkshake, but not the McFlurry. Nah. Have you ever done the you put the shot of espresso into the milkshake?
No, I ain't done that.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that a few years ago. That's quite nice, but I think it's quite expensive. You might as well just go and buy like an iced coffee from somewhere.
Oh, okay.
To be honest.
That reminds me. Speaking about the apple pie, have you had the chocolate pie? I don't know if that was limited edition though.
Is this still PG?
Yeah, chocolate pie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had the chocolate pie with the
brown cream.
No. PG. I had the chocolate pie with the Lotus Biscoff ice McFlurry.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
That was nice.
That whole craze is everywhere, isn't it? Lotus Biscoff, everything.
Definitely.
I
I
do like
love
Lotus
it.
Biscoff, but I'm not like, oh, I've got to try this in Lotus Biscoff flavour and all that. Like, if it's there, it's like, okay, cool, fair enough. But I mostly go towards the Oreo. When you go to like these food places and stuff, which is somewhere that I will take you. There's like loads in Milton Keynes. We'll have to go to that little spot where there's like, it's like a court. There's like 4 or 5 different fast food places. And sometimes they'll just have, like, to go back to what I was saying, sometimes they'll have an option where it's either Oreo or Lotus or generic chocolate. And I'll just go straight for the Oreos. As much as I like Lotus Biscoff, it's like cinnamon, isn't it? It's nice sometimes. Like, if I know I'm going to have a cup of tea or a chai
too much
latte.
is definitely enough sometimes.
Yeah, it is, man. And that's brings us to something new that we're going to bring to the podcast. We will go to these new places and stuff and try them out. So it could be things that you guys recommend, or where I know a lot of people that actually do go out and, you know, try out new foods on a weekly basis. They'll send me their ratings, and then from there on, we will try it out for ourselves. And I will take Jamie with us, and it'll be nice, like basically a food tour. Have you ever done a food tour day, Jamie?
No, I've never done that.
Oh, we do that every now and then. So we'd put like a bit of money aside to be like, oh, okay, there's not really much going on, mostly on like rainy days. And then from there on, we'd just be like, okay, breakfast here, lunch here, snack there, and then dinner here. And that's it. Literally just hit up one place after the other throughout the day.
Sounds good. Sounds like a good podcast topic once we've done it.
Yeah, definitely.
Could even video it.
Oh, video it. Because there's loads of places I do want to take you to, because I think you'll really enjoy it as well. But I'd say that's a good ending point, isn't it? Kind of leads you up for what we can discover on the next few episodes. Once we chalk out a bit of time from our busy schedules to go and find these new food places and give our take on it. That's something that we'd like to bring, like mini reviews, isn't it? Essentially.
Yeah, I think we'll stick to this rant of the week as a segment, and then we'll try and do a review, good or bad review for the week. Yeah,
because we're still figuring out our format for the show, and like we've been saying, you know, thank you for the feedback that we've gotten so far. So
yeah,
just keep the feedback coming, and we'll do the best that we can to improve the show for all of us.
Yeah, if anyone else has got any segments they think we should introduce into the podcast, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we will try our best to fit it into the episodes.
This was much more of a mellow episode, this one. It's more so interview based, so we can find out more about how Jamie's experience was being a vegan for the year.
Yeah, we'll definitely probably delve a bit further into veganism and that when we get further down the line and learn some new things and talk to some people about the subject.
Yes, because you have someone that we can interview, isn't it, Jamie?
Yes, hopefully we can get him on for a quick conversation and a chat about the world that he works in.
Mm-hmm. That'll be something interesting for you guys. Gives you an insight to... He's a chef, isn't he, Jamie?
Yes.
Yeah. So get to see how a professional chef prepares vegan dishes.
Yeah, and just the whole industry that he works in, and gives you guys a real insight into that kind of side of things.
I bet he's got some stories to tell.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
Sounds exciting. So I think we'll end on that, Jamie. And this has been a very mellow Two Fat Lads podcast, episode number 3. I've been your host, Zam.
And me, Jamie.
And we'll see you next week on the next one. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, is this thing on, Jamie?
Hello? I think it is.
Oh, excellent. Just thought we'd take a moment to remind you guys to subscribe to us on YouTube. Find us on Instagram, Two Fat Lads, Spotify, and Podbean. If you can give us a like and a follow on that, that'd be fantastic. Again, any feedback, every feedback is appreciated. And is there anything else you'd like to add to that, Jamie?
Just that we will have polls and interactive ways on Instagram stories for you to get more involved in the podcasts.
Yes.
Thank you.
This will be like, choosing next week's
Yeah.
podcast discussion, like the topic, sorry, and just things of that nature. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. A bit more of a mellow, chilled out one. But yeah, you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye bye again.